So this time our catering business had gone down, like
Okay.
it went down really bad. Like we
Okay.
hit rock bottom to the
After
point
some
of
years, yeah.
being auctioned out, and we were
Wow.
expecting our first baby. I think it was like the lowest time in our lives.
Yeah.
Do you
I
remember
think
the year?
he was like 7 months.
2012.
He
Yeah.
was like 2 months to be born, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you've lost your livelihood and there's a child coming.
Mm. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. For the past few weeks, Tasha and I have been able to run the podcast where we were able to interview successful entrepreneurs and business owners and follow their journey on how they've been able to grow a large online brand. So today we're very lucky. We actually have 4 people on set. We're joined by the founders of Lady Luck, Diana and Eddie, and they've been able to build a brand that enables women to feel great and feel confident to be able to run the world. So welcome to the show today, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we usually begin by a very simple yet hard question, which is just like, who are you guys? Like, who is Diana? Who is Eddie? And how did you guys even meet?
Oh,
Oh, man.
men first.
That thing of who are you?
Such a hard question.
Yeah, it's a hard question. Always.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like saying I am, but I can't say that, right?
Yeah.
I can't say I am who I am.
Yeah, that's true.
I am me.
God took that one. Yeah.
Do you have an answer to that?
I think it's a hard question because we're always evolving.
Yeah.
But who am I right now? I am Diana, a mother, a wife, a businesswoman, and someone who's just passionate about everything beautiful in life. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a nice intro.
Yeah.
So I'm Eddie. I'm a husband.
Who's husband?
Who's the husband? Who's your wife? This is my wife, Diana. I'm a dad to 3 sons.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of a serious guy, but half the time, the other half, I don't want to be serious at all. I love business. I love Lady Luck and what it does for women. Yeah. And
Hey,
I'm trying to balance life,
I know it seems like you took that question. Like I could see you deeply thinking about it. If people don't know, like I see Lady Luck a lot when I go into like some of the major malls in Kenya, and you're in a very interesting category, like business segment or e-commerce segment, fashion segment, which is shapewear. So even before we begin, you could just walk us through what is Lady Luck, what is shapewear, and how is it perceived today here in Kenya and here in Africa?
Yeah. First of all, Mark, I love how you introduced the brand, and what
I loved
Lady
it
Luck
as well.
does for women. I see you are, you're with
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lady Luck is basically a brand that's all about giving women confidence using body shaping undergarments.
Okay.
Yeah, and what shapewear is, this is undergarment that, can tweak a few things here and there. So, for example, if you've gotten a baby or you just have that tummy that's bulging, when you put it on, it puts you together. And so when you wear that dress or whatever you're wearing, you look nice and just feel confident about yourself.
I see.
Yeah, so it gives support, different variety, different ways. I wouldn't want to say everything here.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically that's what it does for women. And you asked me, how is the brand
Yeah, like how's that segment today here in Kenya?
today in Kenya? Actually, someone told me, I can't remember, but someone mentioned that this was not a line everyone
Okay.
was comfortable in and talking about way back, which is true. Like innerwear was very personal. And I think we are that one brand that has come and embraced beauty in all sizes and in all shapes. And we're like, you know what? we are women. We know we feel this way about ourselves,
Yeah.
and we're just gonna, in for better words, fix it. Yeah. I
Yeah.
always say makeup, shapewear is to the body what makeup is to the face. It just enhances your beauty. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of African Kenyan women are embracing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you guys have been able to amass a lot of following online and also grow your business.
Yeah.
I was just having a light conversation with you, and you mentioned it's been 10 years. So we always start from like 10 years. Like how was, not even before day one, like how did you even just decide to leap into entrepreneurship? Like how was that journey like?
Yeah. And maybe what did you guys do before
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
entrepreneurship? Before this?
Yeah. So I mentioned D is the one who speaks more.
Yeah.
She's such a good public speaker. So you want to know how was the idea conceived, or,
Yeah.
and what else? Sorry, I missed
So
it.
how was the idea conceived, and like what were you guys doing before you started the business, and what pushed you into entrepreneurship?
Okay, so maybe I can speak about what we were doing before.
Yeah.
And then Dana can speak about the idea itself.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So Diana and I have hardly ever had any jobs. Like I think the most I've been employed has been maybe 5 months in my life.
Wow.
Right? And I'm not too young, so and we have always been, since we were young, maybe in our early 20s, we've been trying all sorts of things.
From college. Really.
Yeah, from college, right? We've been doing all kinds of things. And many young people go through that, especially those who eventually turn out to be entrepreneurs later on in life.
Yeah.
You find that when they're young, they're trying this and that, and this
experimenting.
and that, and they're just learning. Those are the ropes, learning the ropes. And I think it's just been in us. Like when I was in junior school, I was always selling stuff from the time I was like 10 years old. I had a marbles business. Marbles,
Oh, Bano.
Bano.
That's so interesting.
And then I also had a lollipop business.
Okay.
So always been selling stuff. And Dana likewise also.
Yeah.
And that was our life even in our 20s.
Okay.
At some point we had
a catering
business.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that didn't work
branding
out.
business.
Yeah.
There's a time you even went, I don't know where, to pick maize.
Oh, yeah. I remember
bring
that time I was doing wholesale
milling.
of maize business.
Wow. Yeah.
I would go to there are some huge farms in Nyahururu.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And you'd bring like a big truck full of maize and take it to industrial area to Pembe or the one for Jogo. Those ones,
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, and get them milled and all that. So
we've basically tried
a lot of stuff.
A lot of businesses.
So for me,
before.
I've been employed for 5 months.
Okay.
Total. And that was 2 companies.
Wow.
Right? And
in what roles?
In marketing. Marketing.
Oh, marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Dana zero.
I've done internship.
Yeah, she did an internship. Yeah.
That was it.
That was it.
And was that the compulsory one for school?
Yeah, that one was a must.
Yes.
So she can get her degree stats that she doesn't know where it is. Like for the last 15 years, where's your certificate?
I don't know.
I think it got lost on graduation day.
Yeah.
So,
my gosh.
But the internship was important. I interned at Samantha's Bridal.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I worked with Catherine, my sister, and I used to look at her and really admire how she runs her business. And even I met her the other day and I told her, after watching you and everything, I was motivated to just do my own thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Nice.
I see.
Yeah.
I remember Samantha's Bridal used to have that show.
Yeah.
Where they
and
show
the
weddings.
magazine.
The magazine.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really, really
Big deal.
huge.
Yeah.
And like, so you guys in uni, you were doing some businesses together. Can you remember like the first one which you were like, man, this could actually be big?
We were actually not in the same uni.
Yeah, we're in different
And we were
unis.
doing different things.
Okay.
At some point,
I can't say what I
you
was
even
doing.
had a
I
bar.
had a
yeah?
bar in
really?
uni.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in Nairobi University and students could own bars there. And I owned one of the bars there.
Oh my gosh.
And Dana was doing a business related to Lady Luck while
Yes.
she was
Well,
in.
while I was in campus, I was selling innerwear.
Okay.
But
okay.
I would get it locally and sometimes thrifted
Okay.
and
Okay.
Target when I was at Daystar. And so when people are going to Mombasa, that's when I'd bring like the hottest bikinis and
Yeah.
all
Oh, I
that.
see. Oh, you time those holidays and those vacations.
Yes.
Ah.
And Lady Luck actually kind of started way back. Because with every knowledge you pick, even from there,
Yeah.
it grows us to
I mean,
grows
we
everyone.
have an audience of aspiring entrepreneurs. So if you don't mind sharing the university and the course you studied,
Yeah.
because we've seen all cases where people left medicine,
Yes.
others did like BCom,
Others did architecture.
others did
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
what
I'm
did you
doing-
guys study and in each uni?
Okay. I did chemistry and biology.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's unrelated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dana?
And I did public relations.
Ah, I
Yeah.
see.
And so I
see.
remember when I finished high school, I hid from my parents for a long time that we are doing a catering business. And when my mom knew, she was so disappointed
Wow.
Yeah.
that you're selling burgers. We didn't start like at a big catering business. You're like going door to door selling food. And I was so worried that my folks would be like, after all the money we've spent educating you,
Yes.
you're there going to hustle instead of, looking for a job in UN. Like
That was
everyone
after,
should be in UN.
after Daystar, right?
Yes, yeah. But I also got a lot of support. I remember my dad telling me, with what you've studied, you could do anything. Yeah.
Yeah. What else did he tell you?
Yeah. Like you can even work in a morgue. He said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was like super supportive. You can
Super
literally do
supportive.
anything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And at what point did you guys, what was your first business together?
Our first business together,
Yeah.
branding.
Branding, yeah.
Yeah.
Branding, marketing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Branding.
Were you a couple by then?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we were.
We were.
Yeah, and how-
Boy fee.
He was your
Girl.
boyfriend
Okay.
then?
Yeah, I met her
Okay.
when she was 18 and I was 22, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Going on
Okay.
23 and you're 18, you're going to turn 19 at the club. The club is a good place to meet.
Oh
by
my
the way.
God. At least lie on
it's so
or
funny.
sema kanisa or something.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who say
So-
you'll never find your partner in a club.
You'll
so
find,
that's
the club is a
that's
very good
rumor.
place. It's a very good place to find your
You find
And
your
who-
tribe in the club.
Yeah,
I
we've
know.
been together for like 20 years. So,
And who pushed the other to like sort of like start a business together? Who's the more
I don't-
entrepreneurial among you
both.
two?
both.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's no pushing. It's just natural for
I
us.
think it just came naturally. And also because at that time when you're young, you're not doing it for survival as such. It was more like, oh, we can brand, we can make this, we can make money.
Yeah.
So what's your
Yeah.
strengths?
Yeah.
I brought in what I'm good at. He brings in what he's good at. And
How does that
Something
work?
else.
Who's good at what? Like even today,
today,
who does what in the business?
that's actually a
she's-
very important
Yeah,
question.
that's a good question. She's
Yeah.
very good at marketing, extremely good at that, at PR. She's very good with the products.
Products.
Yeah, so she heads product, she heads
Product
marketing and
development. Yeah.
public relations.
Yeah.
So you do the boring stuff.
Yeah, I do the
Yeah,
boring
he does all the
stuff.
boring
Back
stuff.
office.
Miserable. Yeah, you're right. I do finance and ops.
Oh
The
my
miserable
gosh.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I try not to be
Because
too serious.
product and marketing is-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime like she involves me in what she's doing, I'm like, wow, you guys, your work is so nice.
I know.
Yeah, one of her colleagues is here. I was like, your meetings are so fun.
Yeah.
Like I wish I was, part of your team.
Yeah.
Because they're always laughing and discussing nice things.
But it
gosh.
helps that we
Yeah.
have different strengths
Yeah.
because especially when you're in marketing and in product development, you're like, everything is fun and rosy
Yeah.
and there's energy, and then there's that one person who will tell you, but hey, that's not profitable,
Yeah.
or you need to cut back on this
Yeah,
and
mine is
focus.
the sober stuff.
Yeah,
I know.
the
The
more
realist.
sober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
operations.
And
important.
it's really important for like that complementarity to in building
Yeah.
a business.
Yeah.
You can't be
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing the same
But
thing.
it wasn't always like that. We used to, have a lot of issues.
Yeah.
It's also grown with time to realize that your partner is good at this, and if you're
Yeah.
going to work together, you have to kind of
Separate and
respect and divide roles.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if I keep interfering with his decisions
Yeah.
and he keeps interfering with mine, then
Yeah.
we'll always have issues.
Yeah.
And you struggle with accountability because
Yeah.
it's good if you know who is responsible for making
Yes.
certain
Yeah.
stuff happen.
Yeah.
In the first few years, there was a lot of conflict
Yeah.
because everyone was doing everything.
Yeah.
I was doing marketing, just doing finance.
And I'm like, oh, I don't
It's
like
just
that
a mess,
decision. And then you
know.
argue about it. And then I'm like, we need money for this. And he says there's no money. And then we argue about it. So understanding where everyone has a strength and
Yeah.
respecting that in partnerships is key.
Yeah.
Has been
Yeah.
key to the success.
Yeah.
So like if we go back, so 10 years ago,
Yeah.
how was that first day for Lady Luck? Like how did you even come up with that name?
Lady Luck.
Yeah. So now to the idea, now that's your part.
Yeah,
The idea,
And
the
you also
name.
mentioned like you were doing innerwear while in campus.
Yes.
So you left it.
I
and
left
then you,
it. We did catering.
then
We
you
did
came
like
back.
so many other
Yeah,
things.
branding.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this time our catering business had gone down. Like
Okay.
it went down really bad. Like we
Okay.
hit rock bottom to the
After
point
some
of
years, yeah.
being auctioned out, and we
Wow.
were expecting our first baby. I think it was like the lowest time in our lives.
Yeah.
Do you
I
remember
think
the year?
he was like 7 months.
2012.
He
Yeah.
was like 2 months to be born, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you've lost your livelihood and there's a child coming.
Mm.
It was really heavy.
Do you mind sharing
So-
can you recall, like in hindsight, maybe hindsight is 2020. Can you recall maybe like what happened to that business?
Yeah.
The numbers
at the
were wrong.
landings?
The numbers were wrong.
Yeah.
I see.
So
I
it looked
see.
good from outside.
Yeah, and
It looked like-
and people admired it,
Yeah.
like our clients and all, but the numbers were wrong.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we were not making profit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always on overdraft. You need to
Yeah.
pay people you're not able to pay. And then suddenly I think the rent was increased. It was doubled.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
the place
For
you're
the
using
place
for your
we were
ops.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And so everything just went. But I say it's a blessing in disguise because after that, we really sat down. And that's when we even divided our roles properly and really
Like who's
thought
good at
about
what,
who's
yeah.
good at what, and then thought about financing and everything. And I was like, let me just leave this financing thing because I'm good at spending the money,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
I also need someone who can really keep the money and grow it.
Wow. So this
after this is Lady Luck.
Lady Luck.
Yeah. So, when you start over, you start thinking about the businesses you've ever done. So kind of we continued with a bit of catering on the side, but
Yeah.
we were not really there. But then I remember there was this business that was successful when I was in campus. And so I went and got in some innerwear to sell to people, more of the sexier stuff, like really nice lingerie and
sexy
everything.
lingerie.
And I would distribute to my neighbors and they would buy and all that. Then the baby comes and my body has changed totally. I don't know. You guys can't even understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if the time used to be here, now it's here, things change. And so my choice of underwear also had to change. And I remember I had this one shapewear my mom had given me and I would wear it every Sunday before going to church.
Okay.
And I would tell Eddie, I feel amazing. I put it on and the dress fits. Whatever never used to fit fits. And he asked me one question that literally changed our business model. He asked me, would your friends like it? And I was like, I don't know. I'll try.
Actually, I asked with even our clients because at that time, Lady Luck was already running.
Yeah, we had
innerwear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
Yes, yeah.
It was the initial
But when I tested
months.
it, I'm testing with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because as you said, it was not something people would talk about easily. Like, I don't approach you and tell you, hey, your tummy, you know. So I'm testing it with my friends and the response was amazing.
amazing.
Yeah. And so when we decided to bring more, we saw that it makes more sense for a business to go that direction.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is how Lady Luck started. It started from a need. I
Yeah.
needed to look good and feel good about myself.
Yeah.
And when I saw what it's doing for other women, I was more convinced that it's a greater purpose.
That's
It was a very new idea then because we were the pioneers. So
Yeah.
we were doing a lot of education.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
before you make that one sale
Yes.
online,
You have to do a
you
lot of
can speak
education.
for 2 hours to
Oh my
someone.
gosh.
Because people would ask things like, will it make me lose weight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the changes permanent?
Yeah.
You know, because there was like no
Literally no
shapewear in Kenya.
information.
Guys who would have shapewear would probably get it from their travels, whether UK, US,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the one your mom gave you, she got it
Yeah,
from the US.
Yeah.
So actually, there was no shapewear in Kenya,
Yeah.
if I can remember well.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
probably there, but not in the way we brought it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can say, we usually try look out for like, number one, that's like really impressive. There's one guy we really like, this Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI.
Yeah.
And usually says the best product you can build is a product that you build for yourself first,
Yeah.
because you're your own first customer.
Yes.
And then step two is looking for your friends, and just try and sell it to your friends.
Yeah.
So I
And
think you
that
guys just
was-
had that like distinct advantage from
Yes.
day one.
Yeah.
So how was that like how are those initial conversations like with customers? Like how would you present it to them? How would you make that sale? And when did
that's-
you guys get that sale? You're like, man, this is actually going to be a big business.
Actually, that's a good question, because Dana would test on her friends, her cousins, get feedback, improve products, and all that. As we are selling also to customers.
Okay.
In the first days, the business was run from our bedroom,
Yeah.
right? So Dana would do the calls,
Yeah.
inbound calls, the messaging. There was no Instagram those days.
Oh
10
my
years ago,
gosh.
it was Facebook.
Yeah, it was Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dana will do the Facebook up to
Yeah.
late at night, 10:30 and all. And I will jump on matatus
Oh,
the
gosh.
next day
To deliver.
deliveries that were done. I mean, for orders that were done the whole of yesterday.
Wow.
And you're
Yeah.
doing door to door.
Yeah,
Door to door.
Yeah, door to door in Nairobi. So offices,
Yes.
whatever,
Yeah.
homes,
This is
whatever.
even before Uber.
And what means
was
of
no
transport
Uber.
were you
Oh
using?
my
It was
gosh.
Matatu.
There's no Uber, there's nothing.
Even border borders were not a thing.
There are even
Like
no
a border will
boda
take you
bodas these
faster
days.
now.
Wow.
There's only one border guy that we knew back
Yeah,
in the day.
it was probably more
God.
It was very
expensive than
expensive.
Matatu. Yeah.
yeah. So even bodas are not there like they were today.
Yeah.
So I'd use matatus.
Hey, I used to wait for him to come home in the evening.
Yeah,
you know,
and because I'll come back with the feedback.
with the feedback. You know, I'm like, let's sit
Okay.
down. This is tea.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
So
yes,
I'm meeting
yes,
the
yes.
clients,
What did she
and then I'm
say?
getting back feedback. This is doing this. Sometimes I don't even understand, so I'm just writing notes.
Okay.
You know,
Oh,
like
really?
this trap. This is
Yes.
how I feel about this trap, or I love this trap.
Yeah.
So I'm not really getting it. I'm not a
Yes.
woman.
You just write it down.
Yeah.
Then I'm telling her.
Oh my
yeah?
gosh.
And
Yeah.
then that's how now we're improving products.
Yeah.
There's something Diana had mentioned, like you did so many deliveries in a day, like you'd
Yeah.
even come back so
Yeah,
tired, so
beat,
beat
Swollen
so
feet.
beat and hungry.
Oh my God. So how
Yeah.
many would you do in a day, and like which areas were you like moving around?
Everywhere.
I don't even think it was really a matter of so many a day compared to now with the way Facebook and everything has grown. We are probably doing much more.
Yeah.
But for one person to go around, you're in Karen, then you go to
You go to
Don
Loration, then
Hope,
you go to
then you
Eastleigh,
go to
then you go to
Oh
oh my
gosh.
God.
Yeah. So what
It
you
was
do is you
crazy.
get all the orders for the day before and try and plan your routes.
Yeah.
And then speak to the clients first, just in case there are those who need urgent deliveries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just plan
Wow.
the day. Yeah.
So even if it was
Wow.
10, it felt like a lot.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
So, and how long did you guys run this before you got like your first team member? Now things were starting to like become really big. Like how was that period
Before
like?
we got our first.
Team member.
Team member.
I think we did just Dan and I for around a year, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Not two. I think two would have been long. Like
Yeah.
a year.
Then we got someone
and
to
then we
help
got,
deliveries.
Someone to come in and do the deliveries. So now I step away from deliveries and now I can move to other things.
Yeah.
And then eventually we got someone to do what she was doing.
I
And
see.
then so she steps away from that. And then
Yeah,
it
I think in
continues,
about
and then we get
2-3 years we had a team. We would say it's a team.
A team.
Yeah, in like 2 years. And
Yeah.
then now the border companies now started showing up. Then now
Yes.
like that.
Outsourcing.
Yes, exactly. And then and then we moved out of our office at maybe year 3, our
Year
home
3,
office. Bedroom.
yeah.
Home
Okay, oh,
office,
bedroom, yeah,
corporate
yeah.
headquarters. We moved out.
And the reason we moved is because now our son had grown. Like he could open the door, you know.
Yeah.
So you're like,
And
hey,
bang
this
on
is
the
no
door.
longer,
Yeah.
and bang on the door. And
Open
Yes.
for me
yeah,
and all.
so it's no
Yes.
longer professional. We need to go.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And do you remember what year this was? Where was your first store?
First
No, the first store came 6 years later.
Oh, 6 years. Oh, see
Yeah.
here, you just
Yeah,
changed
six
the office.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
office, we moved out of home like maybe it's year 2. Got an office not too far.
Okay.
Continued with online until year 6. First store came in year 6.
Ah,
So
I
in
see.
2019, we opened 2 stores. We opened one at 680 Hotel.
Oh,
That
yes.
was click and mortar. It was not brick and mortar.
Yeah.
There was no footfall because it was on the 6th floor. And so why did we do that? Because we had many clients
I
who
see.
were asking to fit. Where can I come and fit? Do you have a shop? Where can I come and fit? I don't know my size.
Yes,
Yeah.
So we
yes,
opened that one.
yes.
6th floor. Why 6th floor? And why not ground floor? Town is expensive.
Yes,
The ground
of
floor
course.
is goodwill. The rent is so expensive. We're a young business. So we go to the 6th floor where rent is relatively low. And and so that's helped
That-
solve the problem for that time. Yeah?
For that
Where
time.
can I come?
And like, what did you guys do between now, let's say from year 2 to year 6 to just like grow that online audience? Like, what were you guys doing? How did you go about your marketing? Like, what are you guys doing different that time? Or was the need just
a lot
high?
of Facebook advertising in those days, and then Instagram popped up. I don't know when. Later on, I remember. I actually wrote to Instagram when Instagram was kind of new. I wrote to them
A letter.
because there was at that time there was Facebook advertising, and Facebook was doing well with Facebook advertising, and there was no Instagram advertising.
Yeah.
It was a place for people to show beautiful content.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
Instagram was a very artsy place.
Yes,
for
yes, yes.
artistic people showing
Yeah.
their artistic
Yeah,
stuff.
filters,
right?
photography,
Yes.
yeah.
And
I think that was probably 2014, 15.
those early days
Early
of
days.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And people are not even doing photos of themselves at that time.
Oh.
Instagram was photos of, beautiful
Plants.
things.
Yeah, buildings.
Beautiful places, not beautiful me. It wasn't there yet. And there was no advertising on Instagram, no paid advertising.
Wow.
So I was like, this thing can be a hit because people are loving the Instagram vibe. So I wrote to Instagram and asked them, when are you going to launch Instagram advertising?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then they wrote back to me and say, no, we are not there yet. And we want this to be like a free content place where people showcase this and this. So
Yes.
they wrote in terms of what Instagram was then. Yeah. And then they were like, but we might roll out in the US in the near future. So I wrote back to them and told them, let us know when you roll out in Kenya.
In Kenya,
Yeah, of
wow.
course, last priority will come on Kenya. They have to do the big economies first, like US and
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
So
Did they write to
they
us?
write back to me. But there's
visionary.
once I got. Should I say this or no? I just leave it, right?
No, say.
No, my letter from Zuckerberg.
Oh, what
Yeah,
did he
but
say?
anyway,
You
let's
did?
leave that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We started Facebook like we were one of the first advertisers in Kenya.
You got a letter from Mark?
Yeah, but he
Or
didn't like
the
handwrite
team
it. No,
with-
it was signed by him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and Cheryl Sandberg.
Sandberg,
Yeah.
the COO.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, damn.
But just thanking
Because we
us.
gave them so much money.
Yeah. And,
Oh, really?
No, like advertising is
But you were
expensive.
you were one of the pioneers.
Yeah.
in
So
Kenya, yeah.
maybe them
quite
doing that,
expensive.
they know that we'd speak about that to other businesses. And
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that.
Yeah,
And
they were
we're
probably
and we're
writing
not the
to
only
many
people who
who
got that
are-
letter.
Yeah.
But it probably went to the first 50 stores in Kenya that were doing
Yeah,
Facebook
that are spending a
advertising.
lot.
Wow.
Started
You know,
a lot
the
of
interesting trend, Mark, has been like a lot of the successful businesses is guys were not even in tech, but they picked on all
Yeah.
these trends
It's
and
true.
really went deep into using technology,
Yeah.
Facebook, advertising.
Yeah.
How did you guys learn about all this stuff? How did you do it?
Wow. All right. So Dana, you can
I
start
think
off. Yeah.
the first time I actually heard about Facebook was from a cousin of mine who said, you
Facebook
should
marketing, that is.
Facebook marketing. He's like, you should put these on. I think there was a
Yeah, your Eastern mums.
group mums, Kilimani mums,
Oh, I
Sigimao
remember. It was
mums. You know,
popular
those
back
sort-
then. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soko Ku
such
and
things,
all those
yeah.
platforms.
So I
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
there,
Like
and then
marketplaces.
I see people like calling and coming to my house. They want to shop.
Crazy.
So I went and told her, do you know what? There's something interesting here called Facebook, like where you can. We were already on Facebook, but
Just
there's
to connect with
groups.
friends those days.
Yeah. And here you can also like have a page and
your
sell
business.
things from there. Then he tells me, okay, just give me one day. So he goes like the whole night he's just looking through his computer and learning things.
Yeah.
Then he tells me, so what we're going to do with a serious voice.
Yeah, I'm serious now. I turned on a serious.
We're going to open a page. What do you want to call it? So I think, and I go like Lady Luck. Then he's like, Lady Luck. That's a nice name. But remember, you were like, why Lady Luck?
Yeah.
So Lady Luck came when you guys were setting up your first.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he asked me why Lady Luck. And I told him Lady Luck was a character, a cartoon character when I was growing up. And I think they still Lady Luck in Marvel.
She's a superhero.
She's a
Marvel
superhero.
Back in the day.
And
the
so
70s, she's revealing her
she
age.
has
She
this
was alive in the
beautiful red
early
hat.
70s.
She wears this nice red jumpsuit. And whatever she does just turns into luck. If she's walking and the bus is about to hit her, it's the bus that falls.
Yeah.
So I really resonated with her. I'm like, everything she does works
And
out.
remember how she could defeat all these supervillains?
Yeah, but just by luck.
Yeah. She was so fashionable. Remember, it's very stylish. How she used to dress.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about Lady Luck clients.
For our clients,
Yeah.
That's
You're just gonna
interesting
run the
origin.
world.
our clients, right?
Yes.
They're like Lady Luck. I think everyone should just Google Lady Luck, then see the imagery, the comic strip. Then you'll understand.
It's really dope.
Yeah.
So actually, like Tash is right from that point. Like we've actually noticed many businesses that are usually on the cutting edge part of technology. Like when something is not widely adopted and they jump on it, like 10 years later, you found they've become like really, really big.
Yeah.
So, and I can see that's true for you guys as well. So you become really big on Facebook, you go, you launch your first store.
Yeah.
So in this period, I'm sure there are like many challenges, right? So just curious to know, what was one of those days you're like, damn, this is really, really difficult to do? What are some of the challenges you guys faced during that
when
journey?
it comes to like on the social media side?
No, just like running
the business.
A business. It's tough. It's very
running
tough.
a business is really not easy. And I feel like it needs someone who is ready to keep getting up every time and showing up. No matter the situation. Whether it's COVID or, sales are low, it's been raining. You just have to show up all the time. I think one of the challenges, of course, finance, because sometimes you want to grow faster than you're capable of. And I think for us, we made a very clear decision not to grow too fast and to be content with the slow growth so that we don't end up, making bad decisions, financial decisions. I think that was one of the hardest part for me, because in my mind, I'm saying this thing can be so big. There's so much potential.
And I had to keep on slowing her down.
And
She hated
his
it
guy
so
is just
much.
slowing me down, telling me, nope, you can't do that.
We're not ready.
No, we're not ready.
ready.
We're not ready.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's also good to take your time to grow. Everything takes time.
So I think business is very tough. You guys, you know that, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very tough. And it's on the internet, I see like business is glamorized, romanticized.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing to do. And everyone, kind of wants to be a business person because of all the glamour, supposedly. But it's so tough that, you'd give up for real. You would give up. Like, if it's not really for you. I don't believe it's for everyone. Like for me, I'd be a horrible employee, right? But there are people who excel in that, and they're very good at that, you see. So, and I wouldn't be LeBron, you see. I'd suck being LeBron. So I think everyone should just play their own game. Because now it doesn't mean like 5 years down the line, if being a politician is a cool thing to be, now you ditch your businesses, you guys, and now we're going to become politicians. And then 15 years from now, being an employee is a cool thing. Now you see, you're a volleyball player.
Wow, that's true. Yeah, we've seen, it's like we've been discussing with Dan today, the founder of Summerbox, like when you make payroll, you're so happy and you're good for 3 weeks. And then 3 weeks later, like, damn, it's payroll again. So just curious, like even in that period, the challenges, like what's one in particular which you guys really tested you guys? and you're able to like emerge like victorious when it was all said and done?
I know one top of
you do,
mind. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That
So
one.
when COVID hit,
Yeah.
we had just opened Sarit
Okay.
Sarit branch.
Oh yeah, because you opened Sarit August 2019. COVID
Yeah.
came.
A few
gosh.
months.
A few months later.
after.
March 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a fear. You've just invested a lot of money in this
Yeah.
new shop. COVID hit. And then you can imagine how everyone was just saying, oh, don't go here, don't do this.
It was doomsday. Remember?
It was doomsday, really.
When Uhuru Kenyatta made the announcement, we were at school for like a prize giving day.
Yeah.
Remember we were together? And then there's news just circulating and guys are looking at their phones like, damn, it's here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it was in China and Europe, guys are like, damn, it's
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
That
Like we're
time,
done.
apart from the new shop,
Yeah.
we've kind of moved to a new home because our son has moved to a new school.
Yeah.
So there's a new everything. And then there's the COVID that
Oh,
comes.
wow.
gosh.
Wow.
But this is why I really thank God for a good partner. I remember Eddie called me and said, we need to have a meeting. And so we sit down and he goes like, so we are either gonna survive or thrive. Choose.
I told you we are children of God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And God is bigger than this.
Yes. Yeah.
So we have to decide, are we going to survive or we're going to thrive?
And me, I was like, me, I'm thriving. I don't know about you.
Do you know that COVID month, March?
Yeah.
We decided to push one of our products. Now when it was total lockdown, like people felt like it was, what's it called when the world is going to end?
Doomsday, like
Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
If you guys remember that first week, it was Armageddon.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And
And
we
thank
decided,
God for online now because
Yeah,
we
thank God for
decided
online,
you cannot come to Sarit, Sawa.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we decided
So
to
we
push a
pushed.
certain product
Yeah.
because we knew that's what ladies are going to do. They're going to
Yeah.
do a lot of waist training.
Yeah.
So we pushed our best
Yes.
waist trainer,
Waist
and that was like
trainer.
our best month.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, really?
We pushed
Of
the
the year.
waist trainers. We had, people, we would even go and sample it, go and try, talk about it. We'd show results. Women would be like, by the way, I'm even gymming in the house. I'm wearing my waist trainer. I'm going for walks, And we've never sold, I think until today, we've never sold that product as we did during the COVID period.
Never.
Wow.
And it
Yeah.
was just mindset. We
And it's
decided. I
mindset,
remember shops.
exactly.
Remember in Sarit shops were closed.
Yeah.
We were the crazy people
Who never
kept their
closed.
shop open in
Wow.
Sarit. You're not
During
supposed
that
to
time.
close,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Unless the government tells you to close. In malls, your shop is supposed to be open
According to the
365 days a
contracts.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if shops close, then the mall cannot collect rents and then
Yes.
the mall dies. It
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
pay if
Yeah.
it has bank loans and everything.
Yeah.
So at that time, there was no government directive for the first few weeks, if you remember. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
But there was so much fear and shops closed. I think it was just Lady Luck and maybe
A few.
bunch, maybe 5 other shops that were
Yes.
open
Yeah.
in the mall,
And
right?
AAR probably.
And guess where we opened? Because customers still wanted to come.
Yes.
We're still coming,
Yes.
because
Come
you're
and
pushing
shop.
online
Oh my
and they're
gosh.
seeing and they still want to come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and our girls didn't want to go home. They were
Oh,
like,
I think we
why are
had
going
the-
home?
the best
Like, how are we
team.
going to pay our bills?
Oh my
if we
gosh.
close.
Our team, honestly,
Yeah, our team is fire.
We stuck
because
through.
we asked,
team is
because
fire.
you can't force someone to stay and there's COVID.
Yeah.
We're like, do you want to go home? They're like, no,
Oh my
let's
gosh.
open.
come to
We'll
us.
wear
Oh my
masks, we'll
gosh.
sanitize.
Yeah.
I loved
yeah,
it.
and our clients are like,
Awesome.
wanna come. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's really
mindset.
cool.
That's crazy.
Mindset, fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to control fear, right?
Yeah.
As a business person, as
Yeah.
an entrepreneur.
Interesting.
Because
I'm-
things are thick at times, right?
Yeah. So, you guys, like working together as a couple, I'm sure that's one of the things probably a lot of people watching are wondering, because people discuss this a lot. Like, how is it doing business
Yeah.
as a couple?
Yeah. We've
But
almost.
you feel like it's difficult. You're looking at her in amazement.
No, I'm amazed by you two. To be honest, like
Yeah.
15 years
Yeah.
of being together and doing the business for 10 years. It's a long
10
time.
years. I think
I've had friends who like have tried, it doesn't work, so I'm fascinated. So this is maybe I'm asking like the audience.
You're
but
not
it's
the
me.
you're not the only one. A lot of people actually
Yeah.
do come to us like for mentorship of sorts.
Yeah.
Asking us like, what do? We want to work together. You know, I want to do this with my wife or with a partner.
We used to want to kill each other in the
We've
first few years.
almost killed each other quite a number of
So
times.
so
normal.
that part you can't avoid, but you have to
No,
work through
It's
it.
normal.
It's normal.
You
Okay.
can't avoid.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
And how do
You
the
can speak more
follow-on
about it.
question to that would be like, how do you have a way of separating like your personal life, your home life, and your work life?
We try, but it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
easy.
because our lives are kind of, our work is our life. That's the truth. But we have caught ourselves a few times where we are like, by the way, we need to go on a date and not talk about work. Or we need to be with the kids and put away
Yeah.
your phone, put away like no work.
Like we avoid
try.
speaking about work, like in the evenings when we're at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we avoid unless it's something
Unless it's a
very
project
important.
going on.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
But she's saying our work is our lives. Even you guys, most of your lives, hours a day.
Yeah.
It's your most. I think the most hours you spend a day is sleeping and working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
true.
So
But I
work
would
is an
get your
important
point,
part of
because
life.
if you're two partners and he's working somewhere else, I'm working somewhere, we don't have to talk about work when we meet.
Yeah.
But now when you're together in the same
Business.
yeah, it can be
Together
a bit
day and
tough.
night,
Day
literally.
and night, yes.
Yeah.
But with the separate roles, we don't have to be together all the time.
Yeah,
I can be in the
see.
office, I can be in the field. Yeah.
Yeah, we usually have this funny joke. Like Tesh and I usually say, like, someone asks you, like, how you doing? And then you're like, yeah, Chpter is doing okay. Because like you and the business are like
One thing.
one thing.
Yeah.
So I can see like how you can say like your work and life are like it's a very blurred line.
Yeah.
So just speaking to now Lady Luck and where you guys are now. So what can you say Lady Luck has also been able to do for that particular segment here in Kenya? And are you seeing like a lot of growth in like the customers you're serving?
Yeah, there's growth in customer numbers. We're lucky we have a good returning customer rate.
Okay.
And also, what I always say, so sometimes our returning customer rate is relatively high. So it's like maybe 40%.
Wow.
And then I'm with the marketing people and I'm like, I don't like this. This is too high. So, a lot of our business is too much of our business is coming from
Recurring.
repeat clients. Then the marketing people are like, this is a blessing. I don't
Yeah.
see what
That's
the
a
is,
good
but
thing.
I'm like, it's too high. We're not. I feel like we're not acquiring new ones
New.
enough. But then
Yeah.
they're like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Our customers keep coming back. I'm like, no, but we need new ones. So
No, you have to take care of the ones who are there
Exactly.
already.
That's true.
And that's the only way you're still going to get new ones because of word of mouth.
Word of
But I
mouth.
get what you mean. Yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of want to see like newer ones are more.
acquisition, new
Acquisition.
acquisitions.
Yeah.
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 I
So-
love that balance. Like that's how it should be.
Yeah.
yeah. But I felt like there's too much repeats. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's too much repeat business.
Yeah.
That's
Is
something.
there anything like too much repeat business?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, there's something like, let's look at it another way. There's something like, too little new business.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's
Okay,
nothing
makes
like
sense.
too much
Yeah.
repeat
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
So yes, our database is growing and growing. Yeah, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I think for the industry, you asked
Yeah.
like, what have we done for the industry?
What have you done for the industry? Because I feel like when you guys were beginning, like there was a lot of education you had to do.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
basically even like creating that market, and maybe even some people didn't know that's a thing.
Yes.
But maybe it's easier now. So how has that change been, and how do you see it growing?
I feel like definitely for the industry, we have helped push fashion.
Yeah.
Because we do collaborate a lot with other fashion brands. And if I can wear this shapewear and end up wearing that bodycon dress and look, amazing. So we are all working together in the industry.
Nice.
Another thing that we were kind of the pioneers of is photo shoots with Kenyan models.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that.
beautiful, curvy Kenyan women that
Yeah.
people were not used to seeing. We used to see the
So there's a lot of European
Europeans.
models. in
Yeah, and
fashion.
they are slim and tall and everything. So we came in and we're like, you know what? This is not us.
Ah, it's
So the
yeah.
African beauty.
Yeah.
African beauty.
Mm.
Yes. So
Nice.
we brought that out so well. People really appreciate that. Yeah.
Nice.
And I love that people responded to that
And they
very
loved
well.
it.
And they loved it so much. Like people would order saying like, I look like that girl. Yeah.
They
Like
were
I'm like,
so
what's your
happy to
size?
see African
Ah.
models.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah.
happy. This was what 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
9 years ago. They were so happy.
Yeah. Although it brought a lot of issues with Facebook and
Oh yeah, because even Facebook was shocked.
it was
Wow.
shocked.
It was
Yeah,
like-
really?
yeah, do you call it
The
algorithms?
algorithm
You
was
guys-
not
like
used to that.
Are those
So
thighs
they-
or what?
Yeah, they used to
You
keep.
know?
Gosh.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I
so
don't know if
insane.
the algorithm was maybe for decency.
Yeah.
You had to be.
Yes.
You had to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Because our ads kept on being blocked by Facebook.
Yeah.
Because
Oh my
now
gosh.
these are new
So-
body types
Yes.
in shapewear and
Yeah.
and such things.
and
Yeah.
it's innerwear. So
And it's
Yeah.
innerwear.
Yeah, because you know our bodies, African women, is different.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so Facebook was shocked.
Yeah.
I think the engineers were called in. Yeah, this algorithm is
They're
still
like-
blocking these guys, but it got
Yeah.
sorted.
That's
Yeah.
so
Because
interesting.
wakazoea too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think they
I
saw
think
like
it looked very scandalous, or maybe it's
in
I
the
would say
beginning.
very sexy.
Yeah.
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 But the
Awesome.
space has
But-
since
but-
changed and
Yeah, but Facebook has been awesome. I think this. Look how it
it's
I can
raining.
feel so like
It's raining in here. Blessings.
Yeah, but
I
Facebook
know.
has been awesome
Yeah.
as a partner, right? Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
awesome.
all of
Instagram
them,
has
yeah.
been awesome. Even our local partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
been-
I see.
Yeah, been
And now we
awesome.
have Chpter.
yeah,
Oh,
now you
yeah.
have Chpter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For your
Exciting
next
to work
phase
with
of
you guys,
growth.
Next phase of growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what should we look forward to? The next phase of Lady Luck.
Wow. We live and speak to you guys because sometimes I feel stuck.
Okay.
Like, then what? You know, like what do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because we're still relatively young.
Yeah.
I'm 43.
I think the next phase really
Like, what do we do?
for Lady Luck is to continue with product development, capture more women.
Yeah, but after
You
10
know.
years, what do we do?
We'll know then.
We'll know.
You know.
Yeah.
No,
but
we'll
for
speak to
now,
them.
Acquisition.
We'll speak to them because they're young, they have good minds.
yeah.
Yes.
You know,
We're
Yeah.
they're
excited to work with
ambitious,
you guys.
you know.
Yeah.
The fact that you guys are always at the cutting edge and Chpter is at the cutting edge. So
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
That's
you
perfect.
feel at home.
Yeah.
in the right
Definitely in
place.
the right place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Awesome.
do you feel like we need to be challenged, right?
For sure. We welcome challenges all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a good way to think about this. Think you're
I
having
think
a conversation
the
earlier.
effects-
Yeah,
There's a window.
yeah. I was saying a good
The
way to
effect
think
looks
about
cool.
it.
Uh-huh.
We were having a conversation earlier. Is if you guys were to receive like say $1 million, like how would you guys invest it in your business?
You know, you've said you guys receive $1 million. Hey, we'll enjoy
To
life.
invest it.
No,
Me,
you
I'm
just
out.
said you guys.
I'm out of
so it's like
here.
me and her and I. We
Let's not
receive-
talk like that. Someone might be hearing. So, Mr.
Yeah.
Investor or
Oh, you're saying
Mrs.
Lady Luck receives, not us personally.
Yes, Lady Luck, yeah.
Us personally, that's a different question.
Yeah,
How would we use it?
yeah.
Product development.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Product development and just growth generally, whether it's expanding our locations. You know, we have Africa
Yes.
capture.
Yes.
We even Kenya, we haven't.
Scratch the surface.
the
So $1 million,
surface,
yeah. Product development,
Yeah.
Nice.
maybe geographical expansion. Careful not to bite more than you can chew, because that means now the customers suffer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's tricky, you know. Money is not the most important thing when it comes to scaling. It's capacity or capability. It's
Yeah.
not funds alone.
Yeah.
So we have a friend who advises us.
Yeah.
He's a very high-flying senior manager
Okay.
in Africa, and he tells us that you don't expand Lady Luck when you have capital. That's
Okay.
the wrong way to do it.
Yes.
You expand Lady Luck when you're ready with the operations and capabilities, and even yourself as leaders to expand. then you expand.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the best
that was
tips
one of the
we
best
That's
things
ever
because maybe
quite
we're
got.
profound.
going to get drunk with expansion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you
Just
can
expand.
easily, and as you say,
Just
Kwanzaa,
go
if you
all
get
out.
funds,
Yeah.
you can end up just opening
And
shops
stretch
all
the-
over.
stretch
And guess who
yourself thin.
suffers?
Yeah,
The
the customer
customer.
will suffer, and
Yeah.
you'll also suffer.
Yeah.
It's
You'll suffer.
to
Also.
be too much.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
really good parting shot.
Yeah.
We're about to ask about tips, but like I think that's
Yeah.
that's a really
It's a great
solid
parting
one.
shot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
his advice was try and think of it this way. After every expansion, okay, that's for us, we're organic guys. I know in the startup world it's different.
Yeah.
Because you guys have to do what, 10x, 20x a year.
Yeah.
For us, we don't have to do that. So for us, every time we expand, we should take a step back for around 6 months and improve our operations. Check out
I
our
see.
efficiency in our finances. Make sure our HR is okay. You know, the team is fine. You know, for like 6 months, I even feel it can even be a year. Make sure you've
Products.
adjusted to that.
Yeah.
And then now expand
Expand
again.
again.
I see.
Yeah.
That's
Because
super
we're not under
smart.
pressure to do 10x.
Yeah.
We don't have to do quick
Yeah.
expansions. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh.
This has been an exciting conversation.
Yeah.
Thank
guys
you
have
so
been
much
awesome
for
with your
coming.
questions.
Thank
know.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Made me
Thanks, guys.
remember beautiful, very good memories, and
Yeah.
you've really jogged our minds about the future.
About the
Yeah.
future.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll keep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So this was super exciting. Our first episode with a couple and a dual, 4 people on set, but it was amazing. So please subscribe for more exciting stories, a lot of learning on how to build ventures and scale ventures in Africa. And we look forward to having you next time. So cheers.
All
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers.